What's going on, guys, and welcome back. MODOCK supercharges the discard archetype, but not only that, he gives a huge boost to a lot of cards that could use it, similar to Wolverine and his buff. Now, I've tested Lockjaw, Hela, and MODOCK ramp decks, but today feels the most consistent by continually taking your opponent off guard, getting you as many cubes as possible. Introducing the Discard Surprise. Now, the core strategy of the deck is just getting our vampire here as big as possible. We've got the great trio in Sunspot, She-Hulk, and Infinite. Those three cards can win games by themselves. We have Swarm and Wolverine to benefit off the giant value that is Calling Wing. Calling Wing can be a 2/10 play if you have Morbius on the field with something like Wolverine, or even higher with Swarm and doubling that up. And we've got MODOCK, who we're going to typically try to play on turn 5. However, you can skip turn 5 and play both him and She-Hulk on turn 6, or you can even play that Infinite if you need to. And this kind of gives you a lot of different options. And then Apocalypse is what you're most likely trying to aim for with Dracula. American Chavez is obviously great with the MODOCK because it's going to go ahead and allow us to either have that guaranteed play. We can have Dracula guaranteed to get a nice cut if we play him too early, or we don't have Apocalypse in the deck. And then, guys, just period, American Chavez is going to help thin our deck out to get things like Morbius out on the field. Best part about Morbius is obviously he is ongoing, and so you can play him at really any time. And then Swordmaster is probably our most replaceable discard option. The only things to look out for is if you have Dracula down, you don't want a lot of swarms in your hand for the last second discard to get his power. You can run a bunch of things here. In fact, here is a Zabu version of the deck that is going to work completely differently. You're going to be having Moon Girl instead, making multiple copies of Dracula to have him go and slice up Apocalypse. You can use the same one multiple times. And this is also a deck that's completely crazy. It just depends on your playstyle. Going back to the main deck, really, guys, She-Hulk is probably the only main one that you need to have out of the harder cards to obtain. The deck can be a bit tricky to operate. You don't want things discarded, or you don't want to play the wrong cards on the wrong turn. So let's go ahead and jump into some battles, and I'll show you how I pilot the deck myself. All right, Mr. Blackrook here, and we have Dark Dimension. This has been hell on earth with Hela lately, and we hope he doesn't go heavy there. We're gonna go Sunspot mid. Machine World's kind of spicy. Yeah, let's go Calling Wing. I don't think he can benefit off of Calling Wing. If he's playing discard, then cool.
Enough said, bub.
So he's probably playing discard. Ooh. Wow. Okay. I think we're just going to MODOCK our face off, guys. Can we get Dracula? Oh, no. This is still insane, though. Okay, so we're going to Morb and Invisible Woman. I wish we had Swarm. If we get Swarm, come on. Oh. Okay, hear me out. It doesn't really matter when we do this. I think we just Drac mid, MODOCK right side, and we just have an Apocalypse that's just cooking. He's probably playing a Hela deck. So, like, the guy's got a really good chance to win, obviously. But because we have Bar Sinister, I like our odds a bit better. Oh, dude. All right, guys. Time to let it rip. Left lane's pretty unsafe. But I like to think we are going to win middle for sure and right lane. And not having a Swarm ended up being nice, too, because of the Dracula. All right, he'd have to be 28, which he could easily do. And then 24 mid. 14 left. Wolverine.
Enough said, bub.
Let's go! Guys, I'm so scared. Come on, Wolf. Come on. Let's go!
Enough said, bub.
What's happening?
Victory.
Yo, 9.9 times out of 10, we lose that game. What a freaking champ. What a champ. Took the hits. If that would have got Dracula, done. All right, Mr. Colton. Cozy versus Colton here. And that magic avatar is sweet. All right, we got Monster Island, Danger Room, and our Morbius. I tend to like to throw Sunspot on Danger Room. And if he lives, we usually win that side. And if he doesn't, it's just another day in the office, right? Okay, great. We've got Morbius and MODOCK. Let's throw... Oof. Let's... Honestly, this is fine. We kind of have all the other things we need. We're going to play Dracula next turn. And MODOCK on 5, probably. All right, he's going to wave, which kind of mixes up what we want to do, but not really at the same time. We still probably want to play our Drac here. Like to get Swarm on this turn. He waves just the Sunspot. Colton, what on earth are you doing, sir? And it's turn 5, so he gets to see what we're doing, guys. So we're going to go and play MODOCK. And I suppose we'll play MODOCK. Not left. His Sunspot made it, so we're just going to call it as it is. We could skip this turn and play MODOCK She-Hulk together because we already have Dracula out and we don't have Swarm. Definitely could have been the play, but I think we're okay. With Morbius on the board, we might as well. Wow, brutal. Colton, you're sticking around. I also need to shut up sometimes and remember to snap, not on the last turn. Because if we snap, dude, he's out of here, right? You would think so. With the Dracula and the Morbius, you would think so. Maybe not. We don't get the 2 cubes. If he leaves, we get the 1. But we go for a surefire 4, and I like that. We get the 1. It's fine. Don't do what I do, but still a solid job. Going back, should I have done the She-Hulk MODOCK? That's 18 spread, and then we have like a Apocalypse and American Chavez. Or no, just Apocalypse to choose from. So that would have been a really good play as well, and Wolverine's out there for free. So don't do my mistake. I think that's probably the smarter play. All right, so we have I am God, you are dog. God, what a that's a stupid name. All right. Gamma Lab up first. Really don't want to sacrifice anyone into there. But what we do want to do is throw Wolverine right into Altar of Death. Great location. Super multi-purpose. He's going to get boosted up just to land on Gamma Lab, which I think is fine. We do have 5 energy, which is kind of huge. We can go Morbius here and then Calling Wing. Bit of a safer play. We don't want to get rid of these other 2. We go with this. We got to see what he's playing. He might have like a Shang-Chi. A Rhino. Haven't seen one of these guys. This is a good looking Rhino too. Maybe Cerebro 3 is the only place I would run Rhino myself. But I guess you never know these days. I'm going to just put She-Hulk right side. We're probably going to skip turn 5 and play Infinon if I had to guess. Yeah, this is definitely Cerebro 3. A bit too late to be playing Cerebro 3, though. Oh, hell yeah, guys. All right. Well, we're going to throw Dracula in the middle. We're going to play American Chavez next turn and let Dracula pick whatever big card he wants in the between these 2. He's staying. He's living up to the name. All right. Cool, cool. All right, so we already know he's going to add another 2 to all of these numbers. We can flat out... Yeah, I don't think this guy can beat us. We just throw American Chavez here. We'll get 1 extra cut from Dracula to spice up our Morbius. I will say this. There is a shot that this guy Shang-Chi's over here. But I've played Shang-Chi in my decks. So, hear me out, guys. We throw APOC left. This is pretty stupid, but maybe. We throw APOC left. You know what, though? He's going to try to Mystique. he doesn't have enough. No, he doesn't have enough energy to get it done. I commend him, but he doesn't have enough energy to get it done. This might be like, I don't know. There's the Shang-Chi, so he doesn't. I expected that. So he doesn't Mystique. And he also doesn't win because he didn't have enough energy. And either way, we got the big Dracula on Infinite there. But I'm glad we knew the Shang-Chi was coming. That would have been a cheeky way to win with APOC over there. I kind of wish I did that too. But there you go. God, you are now the dog, and dog, I am now the god. Alrighty, Dracula, She-Hulk, Sunspot, and Sword Master. Doesn't really matter where we put the Sunspot unless this is like Fisk Tower. Matching. We have Dracula, She-Hulk, and Big House. Big House is great with She-Hulk. This would get rid of our Sword Master, so we're going to kind of just float. All right. Nice. All right. Well, hopefully we get Morbius there. Love the Colin Wing play. This is where it's the crazy value, especially if you get Morbius on the board later. It's like a 210 value, which, you know, is just wild. Colin Wing, let's play her on the left side. Wonder if he's going to Mystique here.
Enough said, bub.
He's going to Lockjaw. As we head into turn 4. All right, turn 4, let's hit him with the Dracula right side. Can't play it on the Big House unless we put it all together here. And then this way, Dracula doesn't move anywhere. Guy really wants to win the middle lane with Dracula, Morbius, and Sunspot. It's safe to say he's going to win that. And then we got MODOCK. So this is when it's a bit weird. We've got MODOCK, but we don't have Morbius. Dracula is bad because then we have like a lot of swarms to go. So it's a bit awkward here. What we can do, we could float, which is one option. And then we have Captain America. And I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to give all this over to Mr. Spot. Let's see what happens from Lockjaw. Wow, that was a good pull. Got rid of Hela, though. At least it got rid of the Hela, so that kind of helped us out. Now, we actually have, like, a really good hand here. We're going to go to play Swordmaster Swarm this side. And, you know, I could play She-Hulk here, and then we also have the Dracula. This is what I might do. That puts us to 23, which I don't think he can beat. But it might be safer to go with Onslaught on the right because he has Lockjaw. So I think I might do that instead. We're going to match and tie him on the left side. He doesn't have any other cards. Very nice. We tie, we slam, and we lose, or we win by 1. Didn't lose by 1, but we win by 1. Not bad. I mean, the good thing about playing other MODOCK decks is you typically know that American Chomp is going to be the thing to beat. And this worked out nicely for the 3-6. Swordmaster last turn in the game is low-key really good value. Mr. Kales. All right, we've got most of our package to start out. Just going to try to get the vampire big. Bigger number equals better person. We got the +1 energy. Probably going to do nothing for us. I suppose we could float it and play She-Hulk next turn on 3, which is kind of sick. But no, we'll play Morbius early. Okay, Deathlock just for value. X-Mansion, gotta love it. Calling Wing, great situation here. Either way, good value. Let's get her in the middle. Just start getting our value. Let's go Wolverine right side. Interesting. And we got our swarms early. And I always like having the swarms early. It allows us to be a bit more flexible. Ant-Man. What kind of flop was that? The hell's going on at the mansion to get us that kind of garbage? Bit of a weird play here. We don't want to do much of anything. We get a free Wolverine. These guys, I suppose we could play now. Maybe we just play one now as it won't matter all too much. It's another card to discard with MODOCK, but we still get a card draw, so I guess we float on turn 4. Kind of awkward situation. He's going to tie forward Mary. Interesting. So this is a bit weird. Drac came at the wrong time. We have a cheap She-Hulk. Like, there's a lot happening here. I still think we want to play probably MODOCK. This turn would still make the most sense. We just leave all these in hand. Get the free Wolverine. She-Hulk bites the dust. But then we get our American Chavez. I think that's going to be the right play for us. And just looking at what he has, I think we can just beat that flat out. We'll snap, because we're going to have a lot of swarms he'll have to beat. I'm expecting, what, like a Luke Cage, maybe? Taskmaster? It's an odd deck this guy's got going on.
Enough said, bub.
Beautiful. Cool, so we won the vault without even trying, and now we just have our big play. And this ought to do it. Then you're going to play Dracula. It can be a bit weird. You don't want to play your Dracula and then have swarms in hand. Then you're kind of playing like a casino game. And if you're anything like me, you don't get lucky that often. But this should do it. We'll have 22 right side. We're going to have a crap ton in the middle, and we already win left. He could end up winning right side, but I don't know. I don't think so. Like, if it's doomed to win the other lanes, it won't do a lot. Ooh! No way. That's crazy. It's going to suck for him. He'll win the left now, though. It's like the worst thing possible. I mean, really, we have to owe all of that to M'Baku. If we didn't have him, couldn't be done. But outside of that, yeah. Pretty staple win there. Morbius, and then playing the MODOCK early ended up working out. Just all the free swarms are just crazy, right? A lot of value. Alrighty, so we got our Sunspot turn 1. Gotta love that every time. And we have Morbius, Wolverine, and Apocalypse. So pretty much really good curve here to start us off. Miniaturized Lab is our second location. Gonna throw Morbius in there for a little bit of protection. And we'll probably float for a while. Now we've got Apocalypse, She-Hulk. We can play some really big plays here. And he is going to play a really good-looking Daredevil at that. The red with the ink is a beautiful thing. All right, so we have Wolverine, She-Hulk. We're going to float all this to Sunspot and then probably drop our She-Hulk early. Unless we get a better option here. And funny enough, that went to our She-Hulk, so that was like best-case scenario. We have Swordmaster, Wolverine. All these are fine. We're going to drop the She-Hulk. Let's go right side for this. And we're probably going to snap next turn regardless. Let's see what our options are. Sandman. We can deal with Sandman. And we have Swarm. So, a couple of options. We didn't get Dracula this time around. Probably just play Swordmaster. Or we float and play Infinite. And again, like, you just have the good cards here, right? Like, we're going to get American Chavez next turn. So we're not going to have MODOCK. We're not going to have enough to get our Morbius kind of pumped up. So instead, we just float. And then instead, you know, he doesn't know where to play his cards. Vision was a good choice. And we should be good to go. It's a little risky because he has Vision with some flexibility. Well, funny enough, I want to play Infinite, but he could move and somehow still win. So we're actually going to play Swordmaster just to get 2 in the middle. And then we're good no matter what, because if he moves his Vision, he's going to lose. Nicely done. Gotta love the combo. The 3 combo. Very nice. Didn't really discard anything, but we got it done. Alrighty, well, you gotta love a Wakanda Embassy start, guys. That's a hot way to start it out. But okay, so we've got ourselves Morbius, She-Hulk, all of them with Wakandan. Huge turn 7 if we can land our Magik. And let's go ahead and get our Morbius down in the middle to protect him early on. Definitely just gonna insta-snap here. Going into our next turn, I don't see why not. Apocalypse makes that a bit easier. We're gonna snap ahead of time. Come on, Flash. Don't let me down. Nice. Even better. Jeez, this is how it lines up. Just beautifully. So let's think this out in advance. We're going to go ahead. Yeah, we're going to go and play Sunspot now. We're going to play Magik right side, let it all float, and then have the giant turn 7 play of what is going to be a colossal 34 power. I would say that's a lot to get it done. Let's go to play Vibranium Mines. He's snapping. I see why he's snapping. He has Mr. Negative, and that's, you know, that's a good card to have. Is he doing Magik? Wild. Absolutely wild. All right, guys. So let's think of what we want to do on this turn. Yeah, we just float it. Awesome. I don't even think we're going to go for that middle lane. Less awesome.
I am Iron Man.
Okay.
I am Iron Man.
Interesting. Wow, what do we do? We have so many options, guys. The Dracula makes a lot of sense. I mean, this is 34 power. Let's think this through. Okay, that's 34 power. If we just go She-Hulk left, MODOCK left, and get rid of everything, and then we also float. He doesn't play middle, right? He goes all out. He goes all out. It's definitely risky. Nice. Okay, so we're going to win middle.
Enough said.
Go left. Well, that's the worst location you could have gone.
Wakanda forever.
Let's go! Wow. How would I have played that if I had Infinite? We still would have won, right? I would have done 22. Yeah, I would have done 22 left side and played mid. Because we skipped and we floated, and I doubt he expected that. That was awesome. That's a huge win. And a scary one at that, but it was another 8-cuber for that shock. But anytime you can beat 2 Iron Man, that's huge. But this kind of forced him to split where he was going, and I'm blown away that he didn't do this on my Morbius. All right, we got CB Strong Guy, Chad Bronson. Going up against a Chad. All right, Luke's Bar, Zabu, Morbius. Interesting first place. Don't hate having Zabu and Morbius this early on. Cool. We got Morbius into Daredevil. We'll do our Zabu right side too. Don't have a lot of choices at the moment. We already have She-Hulk. Magik we're going to do probably on top of Luke's Bar. Moon Girl makes a lot of sense, though, this turn. And so does Sunspot. So let's go and play... Wow, this is kind of weird, though. Let's go and play Sunspot. Moon Girl, have her bounce back. 3 back. Will it bounce back? Yeah. If we don't actually... Whoa. Hold on here. If we do this, Moon Girl stays, which is kind of smart. Instead of playing our Sunspot now, I think we do this option. He's going to go Angela. Wow. I'm always forgetting Starlight. Either way, that's fine. We still get some good value. Floating into this is obviously great. We'd have just a hell of a time on turn 6. We're going to Magik here. And probably Magik left side. The double Drac is insane. He might like Pro X the mid, which wouldn't benefit him much. What is he going to Pro X left here? Maybe, and just tie it up. Doc Ock? Yeah, that's not going to be good for you, buddy. Double Magik, how about that? All right, cool. We can just float that. And this is a bit more interesting. We could do both Draculas this turn, which is definitely a play. We could float it all and get the free She-Hulk and then play both. We're definitely going to go that route. What on earth is happening? All right, so we won left lane. Oh, what a nasty turn 7 this is going to be, and why I love She-Hulk. Okay, so we're going to go and do Dracula. Crimson's closed off. Free for the She-Hulk. And we get 8 and 9 in the mid. 23. Don't play it, Chad Bronson. Don't do it, CB. Nice. He ties it.
Wind aid my hand.
But I guess he was assuming... I don't know. We just had bad turn 7s. And we get the free Morbius discard points as well. And there you go. And we floated one to Sunspot for good for good measure. That was like a perfect turn 7 high cube kind of miracle. We had to snap when we could. And this guy's Doc Ock ended up helping us out. Alrighty, next game up, we got Strange Academy. We have MODOCK, Wolverine Swarm opening hand. Not bad at all. We're going to hang on to all these. No need to play them. Wolverine on 2 isn't like an awful play. There's no need to. We'll get him for free either way, right? This is where it's nice to get the Sunspot. Okay, well, that screws that up. Luckily, she saved. That hurts him. Okay, and okay. He's a free play, but he doesn't keep the power. We definitely lost that. We definitely lost that one. That kind of hurt. I mean, we can play the She-Hulk for free next turn, and now that our Infinite is dead, we really don't care about having our turn 6. I did not have Expect the Peak in my bingo card list, but there it is. So we could play Morbius on this side. We could play She-Hulk on that side. I think I'm going to go She-Hulk there. We'll have to depend on our Wolverine hopping over there from our discard. If not, we're going to have to just win the old-fashioned way. We can turn 7 this, which is probably in our favor. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is a good example where I think Magik comes in clutch into the deck. This would have been a really good game to have Sunspot, though, guys. All right, he's going to Colossus. He already used Storm, so I don't think he can get rid of our Limbo. And we're going to go Morbius. Do we do Morbius and that's it? We get it. There's almost no reason to do anything else here. Yeah, this is a bit odd, right? Turn 7, we could do... No, MODOCK is a 6 because of the peak. We could have done MODOCK, Morbius turn 7 and play like, you know, American Chavez now. But we can't. Because of the damn peak threw us off. This would be one of our tougher battles to win. That's going to not be good for him. No matter what's played. Yeah, Infinite? Okay. He's a 6 Infinite. Look out. Nice. Well... that was weird. We're not going to get that big of a Morbius here either. We just need Wolverine to hop over here. We're going to win like way too much on the right side. Look at this Infinite. What a letdown. Who's scared of this guy coming? A 6/6? With how the game played, our fate is in Wolverine's hands, guys. Our fate is in Wolverine's hands.
Enough said, bub.
What on earth is happening? All I know, couple things. We would have won either way, number 1. That was a weird play in how he played it. But number 2, Wolverine still came in clutch. And came into the right lane. My guy. What a man. We got screwed by the peak, and we still made it work. Only thing we would have done differently there is played MODOCK and Morbius together on 7, which is another kind of miracle package you can do. And we kind of used She-Hulk early, but it ended up working out because of the value that we got across the board. These 3 can pretty much win you any game by themselves. Adding them to this deck is what makes it so crazy. And then we got Magik for the turn 7 play as well. And there she is right on time. So we're going to go float everything. Honestly, we could probably float till turn 5. Float into turn 6. 7, we play She-Hulk and Infinite. Probably would win the game for us, if I'm being honest. That's why it's just crazy. We did get Morbius, so we're going to go ahead and play him on the right side. And then maybe we get MODOCK, and that will change up what we do. Okay, he's going to go with the early discards. I like Swarm's base card. It looks so good. All right, we got MODOCK, so there's that. We could float to this. Next turn, we're probably playing Magik either way. We'd get a 1-cost She-Hulk that we could play Dracula and her together. Makes it interesting. We'd be relying on getting the Apocalypse, though. I think just to put the pressure, we'll put Dracula left side here. Yeah, we'll match his Dracula. He's going to be MODOCking. Okay, so we can float and play MODOK, She-Hulk together, which would build up our Morbius, play the Wolverine for free, and we get the 18 power play. Or we play Magik, do nothing turn 6, and we play She-Hulk. Yeah, honestly, this is a bit weird, because if we play MODOK, She-Hulk, we get rid of everything turn 6. Dracula won't have anything to discard, whereas Magik gives us another turn. This is one of those weird times, but I think we can make it work out. Wow, he's going to double MODOK. So he's doing a turn 6 MODOK too, which is interesting. Okay, so we need to decide what we want to do here. No, this is where we just float. We sit back, we float. We could play 30 with Infinite, or we could play the 18 with MODOK, and technically a lot more, because we'll be getting Wolverine out there, getting our Morbius up. Only con is we would have nothing to have Dracula discard, but we can change that if we get APOC. Getting APOC here would be obviously the kind of the Queen's Gambit, or MODOK's turn. Magik. Okay, that makes our decision a bit easier. Okay. No way he's got an Odin. He's going to win this middle lane because he has so many swarms at this point. This has got to be fine for us, right? I would think so. We didn't get APOC. If we got APOC, guys, I'd be doing maybe this, right? I think we do this. If Dracula pulls Wolverine, then he gets played down too. I think we're fine here. I don't know if I'm going to snap. It's a bit risky, especially because he's probably... I mean, he's going to have to empty out all those swarms. So he's going to have a lot of 3s. And he's going to make this pretty tough to beat left side. Could he play something 11 here? He could, which could definitely warrant the loss. Like, we could separate these two and do that. I'm going to go with the right side, though. Well, I don't know if we can beat that. All right, so he's snapping. That makes this interesting. I think we go with the Infinite by himself right side and She-Hulk left side. I don't think he can get more than 11 here unless he happened to play APOC. If he happens to play APOC here, he'd be good to go. I think he's going to play the MODOK. We're going to snap. I don't think he can beat this. And then if we happen to discard Wolverine, he jumps into another lane. We got 8 cubes on the line here, guys, and I feel honestly fine about it. Again, unless he reads us like a book. Yeah. It's going to be a fat APOC left side, but we should be okay. All right, Drac. You got a big number to beat, buddy. You got a big one to beat. So the Lady Sif building up the APOC was a really good play. And that was our only play to win. Our only play to win was that right there. So that is going to be it for the discard surprise. It feels good to finally have a pretty consistent discard deck that doesn't rely too much on the casino aspect. Now, if you guys did enjoy today's video and you want more deck guides, let me know. If this video gets enough likes, I'll continue to pump out the deck guides, especially for MODOK, as so many of you guys have them. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to help support the channel to Cozy Snap down below. And until the next one, have a good one and happy snapping.